Andrea Johnson here, aka Coach Drea, and welcome to this new series where we are talking all things holiday related. Hang with me for just a few weeks here leading up to Thanksgiving. The plan is just to drop some quick tips on you to keep you in the know, on track for the holidays and what that looks like for you. All right, and I am super thrilled for today because it is our first healthy hack session in our series. Okay, so you're probably here because just like me, you want to keep the holidays merry, you want to enjoy every moment and create every memory, but you also want to stay energized and focused and sane, if you will, so that you're not coming into January 2025 with regrets and shame. The holidays in and of themselves are known, for celebrations and indulgences, but they also are known for just that busy lifestyle that comes over the next couple of months, right? Even temptations that you might stumble upon while you are going through social events, holiday gatherings, and just overall, options that are so tempting that will tempt you a little more. So today I'll share some super simple, realistic ways to keep you energized, to help you to stay consistent, and to sneak in wellness wins. If you know anything about me, you know that I totally enjoy celebrating every single win because I do believe that each one builds upon itself, right? So no matter what these holidays are going to look like, what your holiday calendar looks like, you will be able to thrive through the holidays. All right, so let's get started. The series is called Thrive Through the Holidays. It is going to be a 3-part series with each one dropping on a Wednesday. Today's focus is going to be just that, staying energized and on track through the holidays. And the objective here is to set you up with a few routines that take minimal effort. We live busy lives, and probably the last thing we need is one more thing on our to-do. So here I want to give you these hacks, these habits that are small yet have a big, big impact. By the end of the day, you'll have a few tips. I will offer a checklist at the end of today's session that you can keep handy throughout the season. All right, so let's jump right in. The first one I want to talk about is mini habits that are designed to help you to stay consistent. The beauty of mini habits, M-I-N-I, is that they kind of take the pressure off. These are not big things that you have to really take time, energy, and effort to set up for yourself. But we're talking bite-sized actions, things like drinking water right after you wake up or a quick stretch at some point in the day. And again, these are going to be easy wins, and those small wins do add up, keeping you on track without burning you out. So here are 2 that I'm going to encourage you to try. The first one is water, of course. Water, but first thing. Placing a glass of water by your bedside or even in the bathroom that you can quickly get to when you first wake up helps to set yourself up for success, right? This hydration process that I encourage clients to go through every single day is something that I'm constantly kind of butting heads with them. Like if I tell them the goal for you is about half your body weight in ounces every single day, we do the calculations and we're just like, there's no way if we don't start until lunch after we've had our coffee, etc. And we're trying to squeeze in like 100 ounces of water inside of like 6 hours. We're going to be up all night peeing. So if we start at the top of the day, we are more likely to get in the adequate amount of water throughout the day. The benefit of this is during the holiday season, sometimes during the year in and of itself, we are not eating totally in alignment with our goals, right? And so this is foods that are not always prepared by you. And of course, they're made to taste absolutely delicious. And that comes or tends to come with added sodium. And so this just helps to promote retention. Other things that happen during the holidays is that we travel. This promotes retention, right? And so just to keep ourselves one step ahead of the game, I would love to encourage you to take that first step. Start hydrating when you first wake up. Number 2, under these mini habits, bite-sized habits, is that 5-minute rest. In the PN world, we call this that 5-minute action, okay? Whether you take it in the mid-morning or around lunchtime, I even encourage clients to take it kind of between that transition of working, whether you're working from home or in office, and coming into the rest of your evening interacting with family. To take a beat, to take a pause, to set yourself up, just center yourself, give yourself that moment to take a deep breath, quick reset. This could be a short walk outdoors. This could be even a stretch or something like that before you transition. Giving yourself that opportunity to hit that reset button allows you to show up better on the other side. I've had clients say they do this before meetings. I've had clients say they do this before walking back into the office after lunch or transitioning from work to home. But that 5-minute rest allows you to show up as your best self, hit that reset button, and enables you to make better decisions. So those are 2 mini habits that I think you can incorporate into your day without, trying to stack all of them. And they're easy wins for you to take. All right. Next up is going to be energy boosting routines. We're aiming for simple morning and evening routines here. If you've been in my world for the last few weeks, you know that this is the thing that I have been talking about constantly, setting yourself up for success first thing in the morning. And so these are the tips or practices that I would love for you to step into. That morning routine, it could be something as quick as 5 minutes. It could be something that takes a little more time, but allotting time in the morning to fill your cup up before you go out into the world to pour into other people. Try adding stretch, a quick 5-minute stretch. I'm going to say that often because that's one thing we don't do, and it provides such a great opportunity for transitioning, for filling your cup up, for just taking that pause. So a quick 5-minute stretch first thing in the morning. This could also be stepping out into the sunshine for just a second, expressing gratitude for the day. Again, these things scientifically are backed to just create that space for you to be energized for your day. Some of the tips and tricks that are in my freebie are to journal in the morning, to jot down 3 to 5 things that you are grateful for. This could be a yoga practice or a meditative practice, but again, something to fill you up, provides that energy that you need for that day. In the evening, you can create an evening routine, just some space to wind down for the day. Some of us are always on the go. We don't rest until our head hits the pillow, right? And that sleep is not always adequate. But what happens when we do not get adequate sleep, restorative sleep? During the day, that next day, we are more apt to snack on sugary sweets. Our bodies are just well designed like that. And so having that time to signal to the body that it's time to unplug, remove all screens. This could be a breathwork practice. This could be a journaling practice. Again, I'm going to say it, stretching or a yoga practice. Just helps to relax the mind and prepare for a good night's sleep. Next up is meal planning and meal prepping. This is a space that I know can feel so overwhelming. I've had so many clients say, if you could just come to my house and cook for me, I would reach all of the goals that I've set for myself. But I'm all about keeping things super simple, especially during the holidays when we've got so many other things screaming for our attention. So here are just a couple of tips that you might be able to implement that will help you set yourself up for success in this area. Tip number 1 is to plan for this 80-20 rule. It works well in so many areas, but in this particular space, that meal planning or meal prepping space, if you were to look at your week and think that you need to plan or prep for 21 meals. That's 3 meals a day. Looking at it from that 80% perspective, getting 80% of those meals in that space where they are nutrient dense and in alignment with your goals, we're talking about roughly 2 meals a day, just about 16 meals there, right? And so that allows at least one meal outside of your ideal meal, that meal that better aligns with your goal, right? If we are on track with that nutrient meal, at least 2 meals a day, you're still in the game 80% of the time. And so I think this is crazy good when it comes to working ourselves out on the other side, right? A lot of us think that once we fall off the wagon, that it's just release the reins time. But if we stay in our lanes for 80% of the time, we are more apt to be a little more consistent and find that when we come into January 2025, we are better off. Like I said, 80% of the time leaves at least one meal or space for wiggle room for one meal. Number 2 is batch prepping basics. I like this one because it really does help set yourself up for success, not only in your day, but alleviate some of the decision fatigue. So if you are able, batch cooking, meaning cook more than enough for the week of things like roasted vegetables, lean proteins, and even some grains. And that way you can mix and match your meals, mix and match your lunches, mix and match your dinners without having to plan for time to cook every single day. Batch cooking is an ideal way to release some of that overwhelm. And remember, when we talk about prepping, when we talk about planning, it does not mean perfection. We are really just looking for progress over perfection. All right. And then lastly, we're going to talk about you. Checking in with yourself. Around this time, our stress levels can rise up. It is time that we really take a beat to do like a self-assessment. Take a breath and check in with yourself. Ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? And what do I need right now? You don't have to say yes to every invitation. You don't have to be out and about just because it's the holidays. Sometimes taking a beat for yourself is the best form of self-care. The other things will wait. You will be able to interact with family, friends. You will be able to socialize. Maybe it's just giving yourself that permission to pause is exactly what you need. If stress creeps up, steal away. Do a quick 3 to 5 minute breathing exercise. Take a quick walk. Take just some time to ground yourself. I think that we forget that during the holidays, and then we wake up on the other side totally exhausted, right? We have not taken the time for ourselves. So I want to encourage you as you're building these habits so that you thrive through the holidays, make sure you're setting aside time. 3 to 5 minutes is all it really takes to do a self-check. All right, that is all that I have for you on today. I really want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in, just trying to grab some simple daily habits that will help to energize your day. Be on the lookout because coming up next week, we are going to tap into how to enjoy these holidays without losing progress. You've come down through the year. You have set yourself up for success in so many ways. You've implemented healthy eating practices. You've incorporated more movement into your day. You probably had a goal that you came so close to, if not hit, and you don't want to fall all the way back to the starting line. But you know the holidays are here, and it's always a space for temptation. So how do you flow through the holidays without losing your progress? Stay tuned next week, and we'll talk about it.